Hey folks, Michael McGee here. In today's video, we're going to do what we promised you a month ago when we were with Pete over getting some wild hogs. The wild hogs were damaging the sorghum, just tearing it up, so he caught them, gave them to us. We was able to make some sausage and cook them and all that good stuff. And at that time, we promised you we would make a sorghum video. So today we're here. It is the perfect thing in the fall of the year, and it's wonderful to get out and make some sorghum. Some people call it sorghum molasses. That gives you an idea of kind of what we're gonna make. Sorghum is a product that's a little bit like molasses, but instead of coming from sugar cane, it comes from sorghum. And to be honest with you, if you wasn't raised with it, although it's sweet, you still might not like the taste. It is a southern thing. As you see, what you want to do, come in here first and strip these leaves off of this cane. It doesn't have to be done. This is optional, but some think that the leaves add a little bit of a bitter flavor. So we're just going to strip them off here. And as we strip them, you can see right here, the boys are cutting it. Just the same as we did when we was making silage. When we cut the corn off and ground it, we're cutting the sorghum off, putting it in piles, and then we're going to take that to the press, and we're going to, instead of chopping it, we're going to press it. And some people call it grinding it, but we're pressing the juice out. So that's what we're going to be doing. I say let's get with it. It looks like we are just about to get done with the 2 rows on this edge of the field. So we're going to get over there and get the pressing. I was noticing in the camera, it looks like the boys are chopping real close to each other's feet. Not necessarily the case. Camera angles make all the difference. We did have a safety talk before we commenced this. As a young man in the Amish community here in Tennessee, we raised this stuff. And one of the things that I always enjoyed doing was peeling out a joint of this, no joke please, and chewing the juice out of it. Try that. You have a knife? Yeah. You can just cut down through there, peel this off like this, and you'd be surprised how tasty that is. You kind of understand why the wild hogs want to get into it. Oh man. Try that, Dave. You have that, just peel that on off. If you remember the video of the wild pigs, you remember old Pete getting a piece of that pulp off the ground that the pigs spit out, and he said just like a human.
And then spit it out, just like a human being would.
It is just like a human. You chew it all out, all you got left is fiber. Spit that fiber out, take you another bite. And buddy, that is sweet as sugar. Back when the pigs were getting it, it wasn't that sweet, which was strange. They usually wait till it's sweet. And now I got these 4 little pigs up here eating it now. And boy, is it good. All right, boys, enough of this. We gotta go press some cane. We got the horse loose. Time to press some sorghum. Watch that head, boys. It'll get a pole. Keep it cooking. All right, we always have to put the large end of the stalk in first because you don't want that head to crack. You're pressing that sorghum because if you got 3 stalks in there on the small end and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, it can crack that head. It's happened many times. So we always put the big end in first, and with one horse, no more than 3 stalks at a time. When I was Amish, we'd put as many as we could get in, but we had a big team of draft mules and that made a difference. What you're gonna notice is every time the horse gets right here, he stops because that's where he rests, and horses have this love for resting. I don't know why. Coming out of the press, the pressed stalks that are nothing but pulp, no juice in them, that is called pomace. I don't know why it's called pomace. And see, horse stops right here. It's called pomace, and it's used for mulching raspberries, blackberries. It could even be made silage out of. What I would like to do is plant some of this sorghum in my cornfield and make silage with the corn and sorghum together. I think that'd be great. I don't think this horse really likes me standing here, so I'm gonna move on back out of the way and let all my boys have a chance to feed this, doing what I did as a kid that they've never got to do yet. This juice is gonna go into this barrel and it's gonna flow into this pipe and it's gonna go down the hill and be cooked down there in the sorghum shed. They have a really nice, well set up sorghum shack. We'll be going through that on a tour in a moment. I just bring my boys up and let them try it. We have our own YouTube channel and then also interview the people, you know, around. A lot of people never see it. Yeah. A lot of people have no. As you can see behind me, it is quite an attraction. Come back here, guys. Let's start a group right in this area. Everybody move further that way because the steam billows out tremendously. We don't want everybody getting something wet. We're going to get to hear the steam whistle blow. Okay, everybody ready? Alright, we're ready to go on in and see the rest of the process. Oh, Eddie is going to explain this entire process here in just a second. Eddie is Pete Gunther's brother, by the way. Alright, you gotta see the green substance running onto the pan back there. That's the raw bean juice. Around each one of these things here, we call those baffles. It runs around each baffle. And as it's coming down, it just cooks. It's cooking out all the water and all the green. See here, this stuff here that collects from the outside?
We don't want that in there. That's chlorophyll. It makes it taste bad. So we skim that off and don't let that get in the product. So it's just cooking down, cooking the water down, cooking the juice down, pouring out the water and the green. And the further down it comes, you see it starting to change color. All right, so the further down it comes, it changes more and more. And when it gets all the way down here to the end, it's done. And it runs out, it runs down into a container there. The pump takes it overhead through the cooling trays and down into the tank. And down in the tank there at the bottom end is where they fill it. Saw the fire out there? That fire is heating water, making steam. And the steam is actually what's cooking the sorghum. The steam is under the pan in a little jacket. And that's what's causing it to boil. Looks weird, doesn't it? Now this stuff here, we don't do that. We skim that off. It goes down into a bucket right under here. Because it's the green stuff in the plant. It doesn't taste green. None of that stuff in there anymore. That's because it's all boiled out. And now here in this last compartment, we're just cooking it to thickness, making it thicker like candy. Go ahead.
How many gallons of juice does it take to make a gallon of sorghum?
Some years it's as high as 10 to 1. This year we've been running around 8. About 8 gallons of juice to 1 gallon of sorghum.
Better year then.
It is, yeah. It's the drier weather makes for that. It's a lot higher sugar content.
Okay.
Sorghum cane is different than sugar cane. Okay. You know the sugar? Yes, we have sorghum cane. Yeah.
Jared ought to be down here making the video, shouldn't he?
I know. That's what Uncle Eddie said. You're not out, man.
All right, folks, there you have it. That's how sorghum is made. If you're interested in trying it to see what it tastes like, just drop down to the link that's in the description of this video and you can go get some that was cooked here, that came from this pan right here. And you'll get to see what the hype is all about. And if you're from the north, you're probably gonna not think it tastes that great because it ain't maple syrup, but who cares? This is the South and this is what we like. All right, folks, we're back out here at the press where this all started, but we're going to get on out of here. If you want some sorghum, hit up the website that I've got in my description, but we're going to get out of here for today. So we hope that you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.